Hey everybody, it's JC back here again at the premiere with the man himself that made the magic happen, Ash Avildsen. Ash, you wrote the screenplay for Jeff Lean's book. You directed it. You were the creative force behind this thing. You made it happen. Of all of those things, I think the most important is you shot in Louisville, Kentucky, so I could be in the movie. What made you pick the city of Louisville?
Well, we knew that Jim lived here, and we knew that we had to back everything out around his schedule and his geographical comfort zone. So I just called the producers and said, get every scene within 15 minutes of where JC lives, and we're good.
There you
Next
go.
question.
Wait, you were down at the Seal back. You felt like F. Scott Fitzgerald. So much of downtown Louisville, the Pendennis Club, it has that flavor of the period you were going for, the 30s to 40s.
Yeah, totally. So it came down to Louisville and Savannah, and both Georgia and Kentucky are both very friendly for independent film. But we found that Louisville, the buildings here combined with OVW, which was a huge part, we wanted the actors to be able to train and also have time to rehearse and get to set and everything. So between OVW being here, the history of wrestling in Louisville, I'm going to put you over.
Okay.
The fact that you lived here, I believe, people say the universe works in very mysterious ways. In my experience, the universe works in very obvious ways if you tune to the right frequency. So there were all these things that were saying Kentucky, Louisville, OVW, Jim Cornette, a few other things locally that were tied to wrestling. The mayor of the city that I didn't know at the time, was an investor in OVW.
Greg Greenberg.
Yeah, so I was just like, well, yeah. And then in Savannah, we were like, oh, it's going to be hard. It's going to be more expensive because you have to pull this from Atlanta and this rule and that rule. And we were like...
Besides, you might be subject to a hurricane. Now, let me ask you this. Speaking of hurricanes, you got some wild female wrestling talent in this movie. Both the actresses had to learn some of the wrestling moves, and you've also got some well-known faces. And Camille, Kaylee Farmer, is a breakthrough role as June Byers. This is her debut in a movie. It's a big part, but she handled it well. What was it like trying to cast all these different women's parts?
Well, as you say, no one looks like they did back then. But we tried to be as true as we could to the period and the characters, but also do what's best for the movie itself. One great thing about telling a story that's mostly forgotten by society is that it's not like we're recreating Marilyn Monroe or JFK, where everyone knows so much nuance to them. This, we were able to take a lot more creative liberties because most people don't know Mildred Burke or June Byers or Billy Wolf or any of these people.
And that's the feedback that we're hearing from a lot of people. A lot of wrestling fans are coming to the movie, but also people who want to be familiar with this story. It's kind of timeless, and it's sort of kind of an underdog story, like your dad directed in Rocky 50 years later. Mildred Burke could do the same thing for you.
Yeah, and Stallone had some other roles, but he wasn't. He didn't have his big leading role. I do think I'm very fortunate that we got Emily. She is so fantastic as the heart and soul of the film, as the lead. In Hollywood, a lot of people think it's a big leap or it's a big gamble for someone that is more known for television to lead a wide theatrical movie. I'm a betting man. I bet the house on Emily, and I think I made a great bet. And I'm so proud of the performance she gave us.
I was there when she was taking those bumps, and she was doing it with the best of them. Anyway, you got a premiere to do, but Ash Avildsen, the director, the writer of the screenplay, Queen of the Ring. It opens at a theater near you, March the 7th. And if you're watching this afterwards, still go see it. Thank you very much, Ash. I appreciate it.
It makes all the difference in the world if you come opening weekend because it's an independent film. So the theaters are always like, what's this women's wrestling story? It's a small movie. We never heard of Mildred. So pro wrestling fans, if you want more movies about the world we love, here's your chance.
Support the ones you get. The movie's so nice, you got to see it twice.
I like that. Thank you, Jim.